بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear viewers, welcome back. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Our value for the month of December at Unity International School is peace and justice. One thing we have to understand is how strongly and how closely peace and justice are tied to each other. One is the result of the other, so they cannot be separated. We all want peace. We all want to live in a peaceful world. We want our children to grow up in a peaceful world. Nobody likes to be threatened. Nobody feels comfortable when their life or their health, their wealth, their well-being is under threat. And that is what lack of peace is. Peace is when you have this internal feeling and this internal conviction collectively that we are safe. We're safe with each other, we're safe from each other, and we have each other's support. We are there to protect each other, and the world is a place where we can safely, serenely complete our responsibilities, live our lives, enjoy Allah's blessings. That is what peace is. And peace is beautiful. Peace is absolutely the highest level of that a society can achieve. And individually, everyone has peace when they are in relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they understand their purpose in life. And of course, we can go on with that. But focusing exactly where we want, where is the huge gap in our understanding that we want to address with this value, with our children, with our parents, with the community at large, with all the viewers. The basic thing is that peace is violated when justice is denied or justice is delayed. And as they say, justice delayed is justice denied. When justice is not given at the right time, that delay is also a denial of justice. So, hoping for peace or asking for peace when there's no justice is a fool living in a fool's paradise. That's not going to happen. Anytime there is injustice, there will not be peace. And what is injustice? Injustice is the denial of rights. So justice is denied when rights are denied. When people, their rights, what Allah has made it as a right of theirs, when they are not given their right, that is when injustice happens. And when injustice happens, it results in peace being ruined. So we cannot live in our bubble worlds and try to insulate ourselves from any external factors when we don't play our part, and we don't raise our children to play their part to bring peace in the world. So if we're not doing that, we're not fulfilling our responsibility, not only as parents, as human beings. Our basic responsibility as a human being is to ensure that peace reigns supreme, peace is dominant in the whole world. And people who act selfishly, and when they act selfishly at a larger scale, they have a much worse impact on world peace. And that is why we have so many problems. People tend to insulate themselves from any loss, people in power, but the rest get exposed, and that is what creates animosity. That's what creates people to fight back. Anyway, other man-made systems with which the world is running today, democracy, communism, capitalism, Marxism, whatever you may come up with, all these philosophies, all these ideologies, all these socioeconomic systems, they all are based on demanding your rights, fighting for your rights. That's what they advocate. Fight for your right. Demand your right. Snatch your right. Take your right. And Islam, which is the perfect system sent from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is the only perfect system. Islam focuses on fulfilling others' rights. So you have other systems that say, demand your right, and Islam says, fulfill others' rights. So, right at the basis, the only way to actually bring peace is to follow the Islamic commandments and the Islamic guidance of working towards and focusing on fulfilling other people's rights. That is what we need to teach our children as well. If we want a peaceful world, we have to focus on making sure the rights that are due upon me, that other people's rights that are due upon me, am I fulfilling them or not? That's the question I have to ask. Because that is what will be asked on me on the day of Qiyamah. Allah will not ask me, did you take your rights? Did you fight for your rights? Allah will ask me, did you fulfill other people's rights? So that is where justice happens. And justice has to be done by me. It's not just the judges or people in power. Everyone has to be just. Everyone has to be just to have a just society. Anytime there is injustice from an individual, it causes a ripple effect in the society, and that's what disturbs everything. So that is what we want to teach our children. Remember, an education that does not teach us to fulfill others' rights is not really an education. In fact, it is ignorance. So too many educational institutions do nothing about that, about teaching about rights. And first of all, what are the rights? The rights are determined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to turn to Allah and ask Allah what everyone's rights are, rather than think that we can sit together and somehow manipulate those rights and call them universal or any such silly approach that we may take in this day and age. So ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what are the rights due upon me of other people, and make your best effort to fulfill those rights. Do it not only for yourself but also for your children, so your children learn that the basis of life and the purpose of life in this world is to fulfill those rights and responsibilities that Allah has put upon me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to do so. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.